Hello! It is time for my November Fairyloot unboxing, but before I get into the actual box, I do just want to show you that my box arrived really quite damaged, so there is a possibility that there'll be stuff missing from this box and or damaged, so I just want to mention that straight off. This appears to have happened in transit somehow, so I'll look at the spoiler card at the end and confirm whether everything is here, and of course if there's anything broken then I should notice it as we're going through. But I did just want to address that at the outset, just in case. So let's do what we can. So the spoiler card I do have, so that's great. The witching hour, our spoiler card there. And in no particular order, I'm just going to grab stuff as it kind of comes to me, and the first is this really beautiful notebook, maybe? Let's see. I think it's a reading journal, but just like a blank one. So this is what a spread looks like, and it's on each page there's space for a title, author, genre, notes, release date, date read, a little sort of checkbox thing to show whether you read it physically, read an ebook, or listened to the audio. A box for the rating, a box to describe the word, describe the book in 5 words, not describe the word in 5 books, and a page count box. So that's really very, very pretty, very pretty. I don't know what I will use this for, because the problem I have with these kinds of reading journals is that because I read so much, I could probably fill this in like half a year, which I don't necessarily want to do because it's so pretty. But anywho, I have no idea what it's inspired by. It is a tiny bit damaged, but I think it's mostly okay. And I'll let you know what it's inspired by later because I'll need to look at the spoiler card. Anyway, then we have a Kingdom of the Wicked mug. This is what the box looks like. Doesn't sound like anything in there is broken, which is good because we do love a mug in these parts. And this is what the mug looks like. It's very pretty, very foiled, and on the inside it looks like that. That's really lovely. How pretty. I do feel like they've made these mugs a little bit smaller, which isn't a bad thing in my book, because I think I've mentioned before that I always have a real problem with finishing drinks, so the smaller the mug is probably better for me, but some people may not like that. Gosh, it really is quite a mess in this box. The next item is a replica sword or dagger. This is what it looks like. What does the label say? S&D letter opener. Serpent and dove, probably, given the design. Although, I don't know how you're going to open a letter with that because of the snake. It's more of a replica, I would have thought. But yes, we have that. Then we have a grimoire pin. And it is indeed a pin of a grimoire, as the name would suggest. So it says spells on there, so that is very pretty, very pretty. And we have our tarot cards, so we have the Tower and the Star, which looks like that as usual. No idea what that is inspired by. Gosh, can't get my words out today. Possibly the Stardust Thief, but I haven't read that yet. And even if I had, I still wouldn't know. But as usual, they're beautiful. And then we come to the book. So I'll look at the spoiler card afterwards, because of course the spoiler card will tell me what the book is. I appear to have 2 of the spoiler card bookmarks here, so somebody who was packing this obviously just picked up 2 by mistake. We have spoiler leaflet, I suppose, which I'll look at in a minute. And then we have our character art, which looks like so. That's very pretty, isn't it? And author letter on the reverse. And then we have our book, which is The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Mix. I Am a Weapon, Use Me. So that's the front, the spine, the back, which says, I am the monster, I am the shield, I am the knife in the dark. And then we have ombre, sprayed edges there, solid on top and on the bottom. We have a signed book plate. My book is a tiny bit damaged, but again, nothing major. So we have what I presume are custom end papers, which are different front and back. There we go. We have foil copper embossing on the naked hardback, so the case. And then we also have a reversible dust jacket, which looks like so. And I think this might be one of those occasions where I like the reverse better. Yeah, so maybe I'll invert this one. We'll see. Anyway, I will read you the synopsis, but let me just have a look at the spoiler card briefly first, just to check where we're at. So, oh, that's the leaflet, not the spoiler card. Losing my mind. So we have the foiled mug, which I did have and is in good condition. Book review notebook I have. Letter opener is Serpent and Dove, although I wouldn't necessarily be able to open letters with that, but hey. And then the spellbook pin and the tarot cards and the book of the month. So yes, we're all good by some miracle. Even though the box was completely open, I did actually manage to receive all of the items, so it's quite surprising actually. I wasn't really expecting that when I saw the state the box was in, but hey, there we go, good stuff. Now I will read you the synopsis. So, Ranka is tired of death. Now she just wants to be left alone, living out her days in the wild north with the coven that raised her, attempting to forget the horrors of her past. But when she is named Bloodwyn, the next treaty bride to the human kingdom of Isadal, her coven sends her south with a single directive: kill the prince. Easy enough for a blood witch whose magic compels her to kill, except the prince is gentle, kind, and terrified of her. He doesn't want to marry Ranka, he doesn't want to be a king at all. And it's his sister, the wickedly smart, infuriatingly beautiful Princess Aramis, who seems to be the real threat. But when witches start turning up dead, murdered by a magical plague, Aramis makes Ranka an offer: help her develop a cure, and in return she'll teach Ranka to contain her deadly magic. As the coup draws nearer and the plague spreads, Ranka is forced to question everything she thought she knew about her power, her past, and who she's meant to fight for. Soon she will have to decide between the coven that raised her and the princess who sees beyond the monster they shaped her to be. But as the bodies pile up, a monster may be exactly what they need. Ooh, is this going to be a sapphic romance? Sounds like it could be, and I am definitely here for that. I think I'm going to reverse this dust jacket and see what it looks like. Hold, please. Who'd have thought reversing a dust jacket would be so challenging? But that is what it looks like reversed. I mean, I think it's quite obvious that it is not the intended dust jacket, but I quite like it. That's what the spine looks like. Yeah, I quite like it. I might leave it like that, to be honest. Anyhoodle, that was the November YA box. I think I have a feeling it might be a while before you see me with the December box, because they usually ship towards the end of the month, and that's kind of the holiday period, and then there are also a whole load of postal strikes going on in the UK right now, so there's a good chance that you won't see me with the December Fairyloot unboxing for quite a while, but c'est la vie. I think I haven't shown you the adult book, which was A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, which of course was a self-published book that was picked up this year because of popularity on TikTok. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice printed hardcover, if you can see that. It's quite dark, and then custom end papers as well. So that was the November adult book, if I recall correctly. I hope I've got that the right way around. Yeah, because it was bad blood, so it's a vampire book, that makes sense, right? Yeah, so I will see you again with one of these when I next receive a box, funnily enough. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks, bye!